It's Five Finger Death Punch time, baby. Let's go. How we doing? I couldn't wait to do this video. Per usual, any album ranking I'm always absolutely buzzing to do, and this is no different. Five Finger Death Punch are one of those bands that I got into mid-2000s, and I kind of got in a bit late on American Capitalist. I was still in my Slipknot stage, but I was sort of, past the old, like, what's in sort of vibe at the time. And then I got into it through that, and it was like, have you heard FFDP? Sort of like a Bullet for My Valentine thing, and I was like, no, I'll check them out, and I checked them out. Been hooked ever since. I just like the fact that they always had a sense of trueness to what they did, and just expertly good at the craft. The rhythms, the grooves, everything were good. People call them middle of the road, but better than being nowhere. They're somewhere. And they're good at what they do. They found the formula, they stuck to it, and they're good at it, and they catapulted to fame pretty quickly. They catapulted to a level quite quick. Off that, we're going to do all 9 albums from worst to best. My opinion only. If you disagree or agree, that's all good. Like, we all have our preferences, so let's do it. Let's go. At number 9, I'm going to go with an album that, for me, it was too bluesy. It was too, right, we're comfortable now. We're radio rock. It's I'm Justice for None. This album, yeah, there you go. I'm Justice for None. Saves your editing thing, you just do that. Yeah. And copyright thing. Don't play. It got a bit too like that Sons of Anarchy vibe stuff, and I think it suits him, and his voice suits that stuff. But when it's too much of it, I felt on this album they were getting a bit comfortable and maybe losing a lot of the groove. And I like the album. I do think it's a fun listen. Champagne's a good song. They always have a sense of funness with the songs as well as good lyrics. Good cover of Gone Away by The Offspring. There's some good songs on this, When the Seasons Change. However, for me, it just doesn't do it compared to other albums. It's the best way I can say it. For me, it just sort of like wanes in the creativity vibe for Five Finger Death Punch. They can do better. And I thought it was a good album, but not great. It's at the bottom in my list. It doesn't beat others in Five Finger Death Punch discography. At number 9. At number 6. At number 8. Why did I say that? At number 8. We're keeping that in. It's Got Your 6. Yeah, I had one job. Read the list. Got Your 6 at number 8. I've actually wrote it down now, so that's better. It didn't help. Got Your 6 at number 8. Got Your 6, a similar thing. It came out just at the peak of the powers, and I think it came too soon, this album, actually, where they was really hitting the stride after the excellent 2 albums previous, and they thought, we'll just go with another. And I think it just like, you've got to keep the train rolling. I get it. You got to keep them, it's a business. You've got to keep it going. You've got to keep the marketing going. You've got to keep the shirts going. You've got to keep the material going. But in this case, I feel like it was too, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You stick to the same direction, and it's like, I like Wash It All Away. I think that's a fantastic song. Wash it all away. It's a great song. Jekyll and Hyde. Whoa, yo. I've always liked the fact that they incorporate I won't say comedy, but use of vocal, cartoon sort of characteristics and traits and idiosyncraticness. I like that. They have fun with it. As much as it's serious, they still realise you've got to have fun as well. It can't all be, if that's the direction you're going in. They're clearly going for that, a little bit of like energy and daftness. And so you've got a chance to sing along with, and that's one thing these guys never forgot. A good fucking melody, be it if they say middle of the road, but an anthemic chant. And this band have got chants for days and mantras. No different on this album. I do prefer it to And Justice for None. I just think Digging My Own Grave, another song that stands out. Meet My Maker, This Is My War. There's some good songs on this album. Wash It All Away is a fantastic little I give it all for society. I love the chants of Metallica meets Slipknot sort of combining, and it works. Not my favourite album, but again, worth a goddamn good listen because it's fun at worst. Which takes us to number 7, F8. Number 7, we are going to go with F8. I just like this for its bold approach. It's bullshit in its direction. Some of it sounds like Led Zeppelin at times at the beginning. And they've tried to really, really kick ass on the arena circuit now, really expand it. And say, we're not just this like groove metal band. We can do other things. Inside Out, Full Circle, Living the Dream, Mother May I, TikTok, Bright Side of Grey, Scar Tissue, F8 as well. It's just more this, intro, but you've got Inside Out. The dynamics are there on this. I don't think it quite completes what it should have. It almost feels empty a bit. Not like the fully complete, but it's a good Five Finger Death Punch album as far as I'm concerned. It's got power. It's a bit more creative than the last 2 albums. And for that reason, it tries to be different. And it gets, in areas it works, in some it doesn't as much. But it definitely, for me, propels them from the albums below. And it was a good lease of life after And Justice for None, because I thought that album, they lacked ideas. In this, they really do branch out and try different things. And it works for the most part. I think they try and go into a more melody and more of an epic sound. And it works because the guy can sing and he's got a good voice and he's got power. Take the power with the little bit of more creativity and you've got a different sort of approach to an album. Good album. I like it. I don't listen to it enough though, so it's one of them I'll get back to, which takes us to number 6. And surprisingly, you'll be like, how's this in there? It's brand new. Because I fucking liked it. Like, it's that simple. This new album, Afterlife, guys, it's too early to put it up there. It's far too early to put it, even on the first listen. But I may be tempted to put it above one of the wrong sides because Afterlife is phenomenal. I got a cold again. Afterlife, why don't I put myself through this? For the love of rock and roll. Afterlife is a damn good album. Afterlife is one of those albums that you like the back. Like this is returning to the early 2000 albums with the energy. The energy's there, the songs are there, the melodies are there, the grooves are there, the fun's there. This sounds like Five Finger Death Punch going back to the roots. And I fucking love it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Welcome to the Circus, Afterlife, Roll Them Bones, Judgment Day, IOU, obviously the lead off, Blood and Tar. It's one of them that I heard first time and I've probably not listened to it enough, but on first listen I still put it above the last 3 albums. That's how good it was. Now, was that because it was like the first 2 listens and it felt fresh? Maybe, but if it sounds fresh and you're liking it, that's all that matters. You've got old beer, you're going to put it next to new beer. Just because the old beer's like older or say it's an old wine and it's more vintage doesn't mean it's going to taste better than the beer you've just bought from the shop that's ice cold in the fridge. It might in the long run when you actually open it, but if you've left it there for a while, it sort of loses its appeal and then you'll open a new beer and think, fucking hell. And that was the thing with the Afterlife. It was like a fresh cold beer. That tasted good and and I bought a multi-pack, so I want to listen to more. Hence I want more beer. Was that a good analogy? I hope it was. Afterlife fucking rocks. That's the best way I can put it. It rocks. It has that sense of American capitalist mixed with The War Is the Answer and all of that. It's all the first 3 albums basically combined for me. What a return. I fucking love it. And I'm going to listen to it later. Yeah, that's my plans. Am I winning or losing in life? That's the plans. Listen to it. Afterlife is at number 6, which takes us to number 5. And this is an album that is in the list because, well, it's good and it goes up. There we go. I actually bought the 2 CDs to this. I love House of the Rising Sun, the cover there. But my favourite song on this is I like Cold, My Heart Lied, A Day in My Life. Sorry, it's at number 5, The Wrong Side of Heaven and The Righteous Side of Hell Part 2. I was going to put it above 1, but the more I listen, I do prefer 1. But we've got Battle Born, Cradle to the Grave, Matter of Time, Cold, Here I to Die, Wait Beneath My Sin, Wrecking Ball. I really like My Heart Lied. Just continuing just a good, like, sort of like travel rock. It's really good, this. It's a fantastic album. I love the artwork. And it's just these at the peak of the powers. Yeah, this is when they just really started getting cocky with it. And you was like, they're in the back now. They're in the zone. They're doing it. And they're writing just good, solid rock songs. That's it. And it's better than Nickelback's. It actually has some fucking to it. So, yeah. Cool. I love it. Cold, Let This Go. I like A Matter of Time a lot. Battle Born, Wrecking Ball, yeah. But yeah, Day in My Life is great. My Heart Lied, love it. So that's at number 5. At number 4, The Wrong Side of Heaven and The Righteous Side of Hell Part 1. Lift Me Up when I heard this, man. Lift me up in the wheels. It takes history. Let on the world take a moment. Rob Halford. Lift Me Up, Watch You Bleed, You, Wrong Side of Heaven, Burn Motherfucker, I'm Sin. Yeah, when I first heard this, I thought, I'm not mad on Mama Says Knock You Out, but it's one of them, it's still good. A fun listen. Wrong Side of Heaven, Righteous Side of Hell. Typical of Five Finger Death Punch, up in the ballad game. They make ballads sound tough, never wimpy. And that's good. If you can make it sound non-whiny, I don't have a strong enough voice. It always sounds whiny. But if you check my solo shit, by the way, use the Unplugged playlist. Plug that in there for you. I'll put it in the list. And you can check Taking Over Gotham, and you might like that. The recordings aren't the best, so I need to redo them, but yeah. Anyway, off the plug, Hughesy plays. I like the ballad writing of these songs. They're really strong and meaty, and they've always got a good core to them. The vocals are great. And the guitar playing's always good, really well executed, with a little bit of a sort of Brazilian stroke Spanish mix in there. They've always had that, and I like the way they infuse that. It's good. Bit of different cultures. They always sound blue collar, but quite cultural at the same time, so that's cool. Watch You Bleed, You, Burn Motherfucker, but anywhere but here, Dot Your Eyes. This is a strong piece of material from Five Finger Death Punch, embracing into that Marvel comic vibe with the songs, and it's got that soundtrack vibe. Perfect. And now we're at the top 3, and is it any wonder where we're going here? We know where we're going, but we're going to go there anyway. The top 3 Five Finger Death Punch albums for me. At number 3, American Capitalist. This album blew my mind when I first heard it, I'm not going to lie. Being a huge fan of Slipknot, obviously, the first 3 songs just, what the fuck? Like, I was just like blown away by how energetic it was and groovy. American Capitalist, then Under and Over It, and then The Pride. Did you hear the one about Under and Over It? And then The Pride, man. Sort of Billy Joel vibe there. You don't think I don't know. Don't think we don't know. We didn't start the fire. Don't think we don't know. We know. I know breakdowns enough to know that. Yeah. Difference in MySpace Bill Gates. I've tried that with a few of my own stuff, and it's difficult to do. You know, I've got a song called The Leeches, and tried to, yeah, it's a bit like Nirvana, but it's a bit more chilled than that. But yeah, you know, wanna be Anna Zelvi, wanna be Anna Delvey's, unto Hurst Helmsley's. Tom from MySpace blew up the face, Zuckerberg. That was it, yeah. Anyway, it was one of my little ones where I had this in mind when I did it. Tom from MySpace blew up the Zuckerberg. Anymore. Anyway, yeah, that's me. Check that. This is I got that sort of vibe from the Pride. Bill Gates said heavy metal. You can't just do it. It's got to make sense as well, and it does. And it rocks, and it fucking blew my mind when I first heard it. You got Coming Down, which is decent. Menace and Generation Dead are but Back for More and Remember Everything, Wicked Ways are great. I could show you the way. American Capitalist is great, but Under and Over It for me. Did you really want to pop it? The energy is just like Slipknot, and then they've got a decent little chorus in there as well. Yeah, so yeah, what an album. I love it, and that's all I'm going to say. It's just them at the peak, I think. Well, obviously not, 'cause it's at number 3, but next we've got album at number 2 in the list. It's tough, but I'm going to have to go. This is really tough. I'm going to go with The Weight of the Fist. This is superb. What a debut. I mean, the reason this is not at number 1 for me is mainly probably down to the muddier production, I'd say. But fucking hell, this is so good. I mean, I don't, on any given day, this could go to number 1. I know I always say this, but man, you've got White Knuckles, Devil's Own, Place to Die, The Lying, The Bleeding, Salvation, The Way of the Fist, Ashes. Everything I touch turns to ashes, falls away. Lovely. Oh God, man. And Can't Heal You, Death Before Dishonor, Meet the Monster, Never Enough. It's always do this, do that, everyone around me. I don't want to live that way. I'm never enough. The constant drive with their songs is great. And when they stick a ballad on you, that's still good. They've got a direct purpose of what they're doing with each song. It always sounds like. It never sounds amateur. It always sounds pro, whatever they do. This is the best way I can put it with Five Finger Death Punch. It always, if you're going to punch, make it solid, man. Make it. And that's sort of the metaphor for the band. Everything they do with each song, they've got an idea. It's not rushed. It feels like they've got a pure fucking platform for every single song when I listen to them. It's super well produced. It's uber energized, and the delivery is top notch on all fronts. Drums, vocals, bass, guitar, solos, licks, hooks, mantras. The chorus may never always be the most like Nightwish, but it doesn't matter. It sticks to its core of just getting the point across, and that's what it's about. Always seems earnest with what they're doing, basically. They always feel real, and that's why I like it. Way of the Fist is phenomenal. What a debut. Came. The riffs were just different for the time as well, and that's why I like it. It got a sparseness. Meet the Monster, great. We're going to go to the album, which I think is the best for me, though. At number 1, War is the Answer. It does it. The reason this album does it is because it slowly builds into a beast. It's not straight from the gates for me. Dying Breed, Hard to See, Bulletproof just gets you groove, gets you in. And then No One Gets Left Behind, man. Fuck me when I heard have you no wonder, have you no soul? What is it to die for? Do you really even know? It was great, man. Crossing Over, Burn It Down. Far From Home, My Own Hell, Man's Night, I'm a prisoner to myself. Might Walk Away, Canto 34, Bad Company. I think this is one of the covers where they do a lot of, it just gels. This album gets the ballads, Kick-Ass, War Is The Answer, Fall Into Hate, Far From Home. Don't even get me started. Such a terrific song. Such a terrific Five Finger Death Punch song. They've always had that patriotic vibe to them as well. Fair enough. You know, whether you relate or you don't, I've always felt it, and it's good, it's sincere. Burn It Down, Crossing Over. No one gets left behind. He's just like fucking killer, man. No one gets left behind. And the chorus is fantastic. And the guitar playing. Love it. It just layers in the background where it's not like, you know, trashing the vocal delivery. My Own Hell, superb. Walk Away. And the pig squeals. Great. War Is The Answer. Bad Company. Yeah, man. It's a terrific album. I think this is the album where they seasoned it just after the first album. First album had the energy and the great songs, but this album for me just like embodies the ballads and the groove songs as well. Hard to See, Bulletproof, Burn It Down. It just feels more of a complete section for me. There's not as much groove on this, I'd say, as say like American Capitalist, which again could be above this on any given day, but I just feel as a listen and a beer, obviously, War Is The Answer. This album's the answer, man. This album's my favourite, but like I said, give or take, you know what I mean, shuffle the cards, and one day you got Capitalist, Way the Fist, or War Is The Answer. I wouldn't be, you know, begrudge you if you put Way of the Fist number one. It's just down to opinion. On the one I sort of like as a listen the most is the Way of the is War Is The Answer. I just think they get it on that more. I think they get everything right. It's more seasoned to me. But American Capitalist, fantastic. Wayne's at some points, but what an album. Anyway, I've done my list. At number one, for me, it is War Is The Answer. This is the one for me that I prefer. But Way of the Fist, superb. Guys, I'm glad you've liked my video, whether you have or haven't. Get your comments in. Tell me what your favourite Five Finger Death Punch album is. Do me your list. Agree or disagree. Am I right? Am I wrong? Cool, man. There is no truth, only human opinion. But yeah, it's all good. If you don't like my opinion, I'm all good with it. You know, what? That's at the bottom. Yeah, man. That's what I think, you know. I love it when people say, no, you're wrong. I think I'm right. Like I said, nobody's wrong or right. That's the point in this. It's just your opinion. My opinion, War Is The Answer, is the best. But it's down to you. Put yours in there. And fair play, man. Anyway, I'm glad you enjoyed the video. Check out my boxing predictions as well. The playlist, Hughesy plays 134 and I've lost count. 136 and 24 on fight predictions. So yeah, we do that as well. Yeah, and we do covers and the whole. Just subscribe to Hughesy Plays. Just fucking hit the button, man. Please, I'm begging. I'm not begging. Hit the button. It's right there. Anyway, peace. I'm out. Be safe. Be good to each other. And yeah, take it easy.